Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming by. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel and like, comment and help us to share our post whenever you see it. I will really appreciate that. So today I want to show you guys how I make my Egwusi stew. Is different from our usual tomato stew, the one we are very used to in Nigeria. So this is a different one from that, is a replacement. As you're watching the video, you will notice that the ingredients I used in making this stew was written down, so you might need to pause to read the ingredients to know the things I added to the stew I used in cooking the stew. So you will see spring onion and carrot, which I didn't add in the ingredients. I used them in tenderizing my meat, so it's optional, that's why I didn't add it. I first started by putting my chicken, adding the chicken to the pot, and then I poured in the blended spring onion and carrot to tenderize the meat. And then I used our product, our triple A and K mixed spice to spice up the meat, and then I added my seasoning cube followed with the salt. I added the salt to it and gave it a stir. After stirring it, I covered and cooked for about 8 to 10 minutes, and I checked, guys, the chicken is done. Yeah. So I then added the dried fish. This is home dried fish, so because it's a little hard, so I needed it to get soft a little bit, so I covered for like 5 minutes for it to cook. Then once it was done, I brought down the pot, and scooped out the chicken and the fish and then the stock and kept them aside, while I get other things ready. So I now added my oil. I used half cup of vegetable oil and half cup of palm oil, and then I added my onions. Almost immediately I added the oil and then the tomatoes, and I sauteed it for some time, to give it that dry tomato taste. Interesting, right? Wow. So I had to dry the tomatoes. I fried it till it's dried. Then I now added my blended dry Egwusi. It was dry, it wasn't wet. And then I had to fry the Egwusi till is dried too. And guys, please, when you are doing this, you need a lot of patience, and your hands must be in it, if not it will burn. And then I now poured in the stock I made, the chicken and the fish stock, and turned the sauce, the stew. And I noticed that the stew was thick, because this stew is usually better when it's savory kind of. So I added water. I added more water to it. So do well to do what you like, what you want to do. If you want it thick, good. Then I added the pepper, and then my blended crayfish to give it that yummy taste. So I added salt. I added salt to it, and then I gave it a stir, and then I now added my seasoning cubes, you could say it. So I added my seasoning cubes and gave it another stir, and then at this moment I had to cover it for another 5 minutes. And I now added my vegetable. I first started with the scent leaf, is a harder leaf than the ugu. Then I now added my ugu. The last leaf I added was the ugu. So and ugu is pumpkin leaf. So I added the ugu and turned the stew. I really don't like my vegetables overcooked, so immediately I stirred it, I brought it down because I don't want the vegetable to overcook. And boom, I served my Egwusi stew with boiled rice. Man, these guys here, they really enjoyed it. They wanted more. You can try it and give us comments and tell us how it is. Thank you. Bye.